Hey guys, welcome to what I'm not quite sure is just going to be showing you my new exercise routine and this app that I am using where I have a personalized trainer that I work one-on-one with, or if it's also going to be a what I eat in a day. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go along, but I definitely wanted to show you this. I am so excited. This is actually going to be my first day trying it. I met with my trainer yesterday and I'll tell you all about that later because I need to get working out because I have a meeting in an hour. Okay, so let's talk about the new protein coffee that I just made. So I decided to try the Javi protein iced coffee. It is 65 calories, 10 grams of protein. So essentially, this is now at least 40 grams because then I also do that top off thing with the vanilla Premier protein, which probably gives me like another 5 grams, I would say. So we're probably talking 45 grams of protein for, let's see, 225, is that right? Plus the vanilla, so probably another 20, so 245, I guess we'll go with 245 calories. Let's go with that, for approximately 45 grams of protein, which is a great protein to calorie ratio. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I've talked about that in previous videos. If you take the number of calories, am I doing this right? Yeah, take the number of calories and move like a decimal point over. So if it's 245 calories, take it down to 24.5. As long as the number of grams of protein are equal to that or more, so in this case, it would be 24.5 and the grams of protein are 45, so it's way more, it's almost double, right? The number, it's a great source of protein. So you at least want to be very close to 1 for 1. So, you know, I'm making this up, but let's say it was 24.5 and the number of grams of protein was 23 or something like that. That would still be a pretty good source of protein. What you don't want is something that is 24.5 but only 10 grams of protein, okay, right? So you're not getting very much protein value for the calories that you're taking in. So this, because the protein is, like I said, almost double of what the calorie content is, it's a great source of protein. This is definitely something that I'm gonna have to get used to the taste of. As I've said before, I have been drinking the same protein coffee for almost 5 years now. It will be 5 years in May. So I'm very used to that taste. You know, this definitely has a different flavor to it. It almost has like somewhat of not a spice, and this is the caramel flavor. I do also have the regular, just the coffee flavor, and I didn't really like that at all. So I thought I would try this one. I've actually been approached by them on TikTok to like try it, you know, for them to send me some free samples. We'll see. We'll see if I like this. If I do, then maybe I'll do that. But yeah, it's different. I thought it needed a little more coffee flavor, so I made a double shot of espresso. I probably poured a little too much of the espresso in here. I don't have any single shots of espresso, so maybe if I'm going to continue to do this, maybe I would invest in, you know, a sleeve from Nespresso as just a single shot. Because I think then I poured in too much espresso and then I got too much of a coffee flavor for me. It's a balance, people. But anyway, just thought I would share this new method. The one thing I'm very annoyed about at the moment is that I can't get this bag to reseal. So I'm gonna try it for a couple minutes longer and then I'm going to put it in a plastic bag. So anyway, I will check back in with you guys later. So I thought I would pop in kind of in the middle of this video to explain to you about Trainwell, which is the new training fitness app that I have been using. And I actually reached out personally myself to Trainwell to see if I could be an ambassador for them, because I am just so impressed with what they have to offer. So you guys have heard me talk about that I've had access to a fitness app through my telehealth company, Friday's Health. They've partnered with another fitness app, and that was fantastic. I got a ton out of that, but it wasn't allowing me to really move forward, right? I had already sort of maximized my use of that particular app. I mean, I could pay obviously to do other workouts on that app, which is fine. But what I really loved about Trainwell is that you actually have a personal trainer that is developing a specific workout plan for you and can make changes, and you have discussions with them and you meet with them one-on-one. And so if I'm going to pay for a fitness app, I want it to be a fitness app that really works for me and also gives me more one-on-one attention and really is customized for my specific needs and goals, I guess. So I had seen a couple of other creators on YouTube talk about Trainwell, and so I did some research on them, and as I said, I reached out to them to see if I could become an ambassador for them because I just think their product is fantastic. So let me kind of run you through how it works and what it's all about. So basically, you go onto their website, or you can download their app and do the questions on there, but you go through a whole set of questions and things like that, and they match you with a trainer. So depending on what you're looking for, what your goals are, you know, what you're trying to accomplish, that kind of thing. If you want somebody who focuses on a particular age group, if you want a female, if you specifically want a male trainer, you can put all of those preferences in, and then you get matched with somebody. And then you schedule a time to meet with them. So I met on a, I don't know, remember if it was Google Meet or Zoom or whatever, but you meet on a, you know, like a FaceTime type call, and they have obviously the answers to all of your questions, but then they go into so much more. And my trainer is just fantastic. I absolutely love her. And we had a great conversation. I think we met for about 45 minutes or so. And she went over again some of the responses that I gave on my questionnaire. But, you know, she talked to me about, you know, okay, what equipment do I have available to me? Where am I going to be doing these workouts? And so, you know, I went through what, you know, what kind of apparatus, what kind of equipment my building gym has, which is what I use. We talked about what I had been doing in the past. And so I actually then pulled up that other fitness app and gave her an idea of sort of what types of workouts I was doing, because she wanted to know how long my workouts were, and honestly, I had no idea how long my workouts were. So I went into the app and, you know, told her, okay, I did, you know, 4 sets of this superset and 3 sets of this superset, whatever, and told her those, and she's like, oh, okay, so you did 6 exercises, blah, blah, blah. And so then she knew about how long I was accustomed to working out. And what I really love, and I'll put up here a screen recording that I did of one of my workouts. I think this was the full body workout that I did a screen recording on. And it tells you in the beginning of the workout exactly what you're gonna need. So it tells you if you need dumbbells or, you know, actual like equipment type things and a bench or whatever it is that you need. And then it takes you through the workout. You know, press start on it, and you can sync it with your watch, which is great because then, yes, you can be looking at your phone so you can see what the form is. But as far as like starting and stopping, so, you know, they'll say begin the workout now. And then let's say it was 10 reps of bicep curls with 10-pound weights, whatever it is. When you're done, you tap finish, and you don't have to go over to your phone. You can just, you know, tap it on your Apple Watch if you have an Apple Watch. I'm assuming they have other watches that they work with, but I have an Apple Watch. So anyway, and it's great. And then after each workout, or I should say after each exercise, you have the ability to go in. I can tap on her face is right there and give feedback on any exercise. So there were definitely times, especially when I was doing the lower body workout, or I should say the full body workout, but a lot of the lower body stuff was like, for example, she had me doing 75-pound on a leg press. There was no way that I was going to be able to do 75 pounds. I mean, I tried, you know, I put the machine on 75, but yeah, no, that was not going to happen. So I think I did 40. So when I finished the exercise, first of all, you can go in yourself and change the weight or the number of reps, But in addition to that, you can go in, as I said, and give feedback to her. So you can say it was, just right, it was too easy, it was too hard, whatever. And then there's a comment section. You can, put, so I just put, hey, no way in the world I was going to be able to do 75 pounds. So I changed it to 40, and I did go ahead and change it to 40 in my app as I was doing it. And then what she does on the back end, after she receives all of your feedback, after you're done with a workout, then she goes through and then she'll make, modifications and tweaks to things. So like, for example, when I did the upper body workout, the workout that you saw me record, that, the workout that you just saw me do, she will go in, because I had made different comments like, that weight was too light for me. So I ended up doing, 40 pounds instead of 25 pounds, whatever it was. And so then after that workout, she commented, there's a whole chat feature that you have. She sent me a message through chat that said, hey, just wanted to let you know, I updated your weights based on your feedback from the workout. And so the next time you do the workout, they will be changed. And so sure enough, the other day when I did that upper body workout again, it told me when I do this exercise, it's going to be a new PR for me, because she had upped the weight from what it was in the previous workout. So it's been fantastic. I just feel like I am being pushed so much more with what I'm doing. For example, in the upper body, there was a shoulder press, and it was using 10-pound weights, and I could do it, but it was hard. Those last probably 3 reps, I was fighting, to get those overhead presses in. And so I made a comment saying, they were tough with the 10 pounds, but I was able to push through. And I think I have a screenshot here for you guys where, she said, that's what you want. Like, that's exactly what we're trying to do, right? You want to be doing exercises so that as you get to those final reps, you are really fatiguing those muscles, because that is what is going to cause your muscles to grow and get bigger. So anyway, I could not be more excited that I am using this program. I just really think it's going to take my fitness to the next level, which is really what I needed. It's the perfect mix of having a personal trainer, not paying a bazillion dollars for a personal trainer. If you guys have, worked with a personal trainer before, like at a gym, you pay a pretty penny for this. And this is so reasonable. And as I said, there's a chat feature. So anytime you have feedback on things or you want something changed, that can all happen. And then, you continue as you progress to have modifications. So after a certain number of weeks, then she will change my program so that I then move on, right? Because you need to keep changing it up, right? Because your muscle gets used to certain exercises and certain weights and things like that. And so the idea is that you're always progressing and you're always getting pushed to, get stronger. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm so excited to be partnering with them. So they have offered you all, my subscribers, a 14-day free trial plus $10 off your first month if you decide to sign up and go ahead with them, which I think is just fantastic. So I will have the link in my description box. Just go ahead and click on that, and that will take you to the whole sign up area and answering all your questions and, getting you into the process. But I cannot say enough good things. I have been so impressed with my trainer and her attention to detail and caring about things. There was something that I said hurt a little bit, and she's like, can you tell me what was it that hurt and whatever? And I said it wasn't necessarily that it really hurt. It was just I had been sore from a previous workout, and so it was just hard, like my legs felt it. So, but because I had used the word, because I think I had had clicked the thing that it was painful or something, you know, she wanted to know immediately because she would have fixed that or she would have changed that exercise. So anyway, I think it is fantastic. I would highly recommend you check them out. As I said, there will be a link in my description box for you to click on, and that will give you a 14-day free trial and $10 off your first month. So thank you, Trainwell, for allowing me to be an ambassador for your incredible program. And I cannot wait to my next workout, which is coming up on Friday. So anyway, back to your regularly scheduled program.